In this video, we will take a look at two more examples to applying your Pythagoras theorem. But before that, let's do a quick recap on what Pythagoras theorem is actually about. So previously, you have learned in your SLS on how to apply Pythagoras theorem. And Pythagoras theorem, okay, please jot this down in your exercise book, can only be applied when you have a 90-degree triangles. Okay. That being said, you also must be able to identify where are your length A, B, and C. So A and B are the two lengths which are next to your 90 degree, and the length C has to be the longest length, which is also known as the hypotenuse. So in this 90-degree triangle, by applying Pythagoras theorem, you have a formula which is your A square plus B square equals to C square. Okay, and this equation over here is what we call your Pythagoras theorem. So moving forward, let's take a look at the first example, which is exercise 9b. Turn your textbook to page 51. We take a look at question number 9. Okay, so question number 9. Take a look at the question. First thing first, in this question, you are told that there is a table coaster in the shape of a rhombus. So first thing, we must be able to identify, or we must understand what exactly is a rhombus. Okay, so a rhombus has a certain property. So let's do a simple sketch in this case. I will be sketching out a rhombus. And one thing about the rhombus is you must understand that the length of all the sides are actually all the same. Okay, it is in fact just like a tilted square. Okay, moving on, they tell you that the diagonals are of length 10 and 24. So first thing, the shorter diagonal will definitely be 10 cm, and the longer one is actually 24 cm. Okay, question asks you to find the length of each side of the coaster, which is over here. So one thing about the property of a rhombus is, apart from knowing that all the sides are actually of equal length, another property of a rhombus is the diagonals will actually intersect at 90 degree over here. Okay, so the two diagonals are going to cut at 90 degree, and that being said, the diagonals will also meet at a midpoint, whereby this length of the diagonal, okay, the one highlighted in red, is actually equal to the other side. So the middle point will actually cut or bisect your two diagonals into two equal halves. Okay, so that means to say, if the entire red length is of 24 cm, one side is actually 12 cm. Same goes for the other diagonal. If the entire diagonal is 10 cm, this part here, the one in green, will give you 5 cm. Same goes for the other side. This is also 5 cm. Okay, so with that in mind, knowing that the two diagonals intersect at 90 degree, we can just simply take a look at this black 90-degree triangle here in order for me to find my last unknown over here. Okay, so a quick application of your Pythagoras theorem, you are going to end up with 5 square plus 12 square gives you your length, which in this case, I'm going to call it x squared. Okay, a square plus b square equals to c square. So a quick solving, you get your length, x, which is just a square root, 5 square plus 12 square. That gives you exactly a 13. So do a simple conclusion. Therefore, the length is a 13 cm. Okay, because x is something that you introduce, it is not given in the question. So please just conclude what you are finding in this case is the length, 13 cm. Okay, for properties of your quadrilateral or things like your rhombus, don't need to worry, because we will take a look at more examples in the next chapter, okay, which is actually our chapter number 8. But for now, can you just write a note at the side? Let's write it down over here. The diagonals cut at 90 degree. The intersection is the midpoint of the diagonals. Okay, because in order for you to solve the question, these are some of the properties that you need to understand first. Okay, with that, we move on to the next question, question number 14. Let's take a look. Okay, question number 14. Question number 14, Okay, in this question, they tell you that you have a rectangle ABCD of sides 28 and 15, and PBQR is a square of 6 meter, which is over here. Next one, part 1. Part 1 asks you to find the area of the shaded region DPQR, which is the shaded region in blue over here. So first thing first, if you take a look at this shaded region here, it is actually a weird shape that there is no formula for you to find the actual area. Okay, so the only way for us to find this shaded area is if we were to find the entire rectangle, and of course we subtract away all the white area over here, which is a triangle, which is something you know the formula, a square, and another triangle over here. Okay, so with this in mind, let's work out all the steps in this question. Label down this is part 1. First thing, let's find your area of rectangle first. Okay, simple formula, length times breadth. Take your 28 times 15. That gives you an answer of area 420. Okay, rectangle is found. Let's find your area for triangle APD first. Okay, area of triangle, please keep in mind it's half times base times height. Okay, so looking at the first triangle, let me highlight this one, the one in blue. This is going to be, let's say, your height, and of course your length AP will be your base. Okay, and that will be 28. This is 6 meter, so that will be a 22 meter over here. So put into your formula, half times base times height, you get area of triangle APD to be 165. Okay, triangle found. Let's move on to another triangle, which is your triangle DRC. Okay, this is this one. Next one, triangle DRC will be this one over here. Same goes. If this is 15, we can easily find this height to be 9 meter. And this is going to be the base. Put into your formula for area of triangle, half times base times height. That will give you an area of 126. Last but not least, you find the area for the square, which is just 6 times 6 to give you 36. Okay, having found all the area, let's go on to find the final shaded region DPQR. So last but not least, therefore, sorry, give me a moment. Therefore, your area DPQR, it will just be your rectangle. Subtract away all the white area that you have found and press into your calculator. That should give you an answer of 93 units will be meter square. This is for part 1. Okay, moving on, let's go on to part 2. Part 2 asks you to calculate the length of DP. So length of DP is actually over here. So actually, if you notice that this is, anyway, since this is a rectangle, this will be a 90 degree. So we just have to take a look at your triangle DAP, okay, to apply your Pythagoras theorem, because you have the two other sides, which is 22 and 15. So part 2, let me work out here. Okay, part 2, a quick application for your Pythagoras theorem. I'm going to begin with the square root immediately. Since you are solving for hypotenuse, the other two lengths you have to add up and square them. Okay, that will give you in 5SF 26.627. Not accurate, round off to, or not exact, round off to final answer in 3SF, which is 26.6 units will be in meter. Okay, so this is for your part 2. With that, we take a look at the last part, part 3. Okay, part 3 says that given that X is a point, okay, maybe let me erase all these markings so it's easier for you all to see. Okay, part 3 says that you have another point X which lies on the length DP such that AX is perpendicular to DP. Find the length of AX. Okay, so what you need to find is this length AX over here. So first thing first, if you were to take a look at your previous part, you have actually already found out this length according to your part 2, which is 26.627. You have also actually found the area for APD in your part 1, which is the one highlighted in blue over here, okay, on the right side. So with that in mind, actually, if you have the area, you have the base, okay, and your length AX can also be taken as the height, okay, because of the 90-degree over here. So with that in mind, let's just plug into your area of triangle formula. I go over to part 3. Okay, we know that your area of triangle, I can also take it to be half times the base, which is 26.627, times the height, which is AX in this case. And this area is actually your 165, which is in your part 1 over here, okay, because the two triangles are the same. So I'm just going to put in your area to be 165. Then this is just everything else that you have already found in order to solve for our AX. Okay, press into your calculator. You can actually evaluate half times 26.627, and that will give you, okay, let me write in red, 13.3135, and of course multiplied with AX. Last but not least, in order to solve for AX, you just have to divide, okay, 165 with 13.3135 and press into the calculator. So that will be 12.393, final answer in 3SF, 12.4 meter. Full stop. Okay, this is the end for your 2 questions in your exercise 9B. Thank you.